Hello, I am off to Poland on a 3-night short mini break with a couple of friends, and I have booked with Ryanair. Now, I am a bit concerned that I'm flying with Ryanair because I've been watching some vlogs on YouTube, and other vloggers have been saying that recently they've noticed that when it gets towards the end of the queue for boarding, they are being really scrupulous about checking your rucksack that you are taking on board, and they're checking it in the container, and they are charging you €75 if it is even slightly a little bit over. I'd also heard that Ryanair staff are also on commission for charging people extra, so there might be an incentive to check your bags to try and get some more money out of you. I'm not really sure. When I get to the airport, I will have a look and see what's happening, and I'll let you know at the end of the video what it's like actually getting on a Ryanair flight as of sort of April 2025, and how scrupulous they are at checking your luggage that you take on board with you. Remember, I've just clicked on the basic price. I've just got the rucksack that's 40 by 20 by 25. You can pay extra and take a cabin bag that can go overhead up to 10 kilograms of weight with bigger dimensions, or you can pay extra and check in luggage into the hold. So there are options, but I'm trying to do this trip as cheap as possible. This yellow rucksack is just about within those guidelines, and I'm going to show you now how I've packed it, because gosh, it's been really difficult packing for 3 nights. So let's have a look inside. Now, what I've done is I have packed all my toiletries in this packing cube bag, and it's got a little handle on the top because I thought, if there's not much room in the hotel, we're in a real basic budget hotel, that could perhaps hang on a door handle or on a hook or something, so there's somewhere to store it. And inside I have actually got just the real basics. I've got my toothbrush, I've got my soap, I've got some makeup, a comb, a brush. That's about it. Toothpaste and a toothbrush. Real basic things. Doesn't take up much room. Normally when I go on a cruise and I'm packing my toiletries, they take up so much space in a suitcase, but I'm going for 3 nights and I haven't got any space. I've got my glasses, and then I'm quite impressed with this. I can't take any more shoes with me. There's just no room in this rucksack. So I'm going in my walking boots because they are waterproof, and they're light walking boots. They're nice to walk around, they're comfy. I'm going to have to spend the whole 3 days in them. Even if we go to a restaurant of a night, I'm going to have to go in my walking boots. That's all I can do. But when we're in the hotel room, what I've done is I've packed a thick pair of socks so that I can take my walking boots off and just walk around the room in my thicker socks over my socks, like slipper socks. I've got those. And then this is what I'm impressed with. Those are my clothes for 4 days. So in this bag, I've got a short-sleeved thin jumper. I have a long-sleeved top, I have a pair of leggings, a blouse and a pair of pyjamas, and that's in that bag. They've all been rolled up and they just about fit in that bag, and they are just about big enough to go into the rucksack standing up like that, so that's just within the measurements. And then I've just popped my underwear in another little bag here. So basically that is all I have in my bag. I'm also utilising the front pocket of the rucksack. So I have my umbrella in here, and I also have 2 European adapters, just in case one doesn't work. and I've got a necklace because the clothes that I'm taking are really boring and I just want to jazz them up a little bit. So those all squeeze into this front pocket here. So that's good. There are 2 side pockets. I've got some gel, hand gel in one of them. 100ml, so I'll be okay getting through security. You can take liquids up to 100ml now. And I've got a couple of pens. I also forgot to tell you that inside my rucksack I've also put some paracetamol, some tissues and the charger for my phone. That's really important. Don't forget your charger for your phone. So it is amazing actually what I've been able to stuff inside this bag. I am impressed. And so now I'll show you how I've managed to take a few other little things, not inside my baggage, but in different ways. Let's have a look. So how I'm going to carry my valuables is like this. I'm going to use this money belt. This is going to have my phone, my passport, my currency and my credit card in. There's also a couple of little side pockets that I can just put a key in to a room if I need. And I can wear it like this at the front if I want. And what I would do is put my coat over the top of it so it's hidden. Or I did think actually, if I didn't want people to see the pockets, I could do it the other way round so that nobody can unzip the pockets. So that is another way of travelling. So tomorrow I'm going to be travelling in layers. My trousers, I've got 2 pockets in the back. So I've filled them full of tissues. So that's where I'll be storing my tissues. I'm going to be wearing a long-sleeved black top. I'm taking another long-sleeved black top, but I just think they're really versatile. I am going to take this, I don't know what you would call it actually. It's a shawl, I suppose, but it's cashmere wool, this is. So you can wear it like a scarf, or you can actually wear it like a shawl. So it's quite versatile. So if I go out of an evening, I can put this over my blouse or over the black top and it might look a little bit more dressy. So I'm going to put that round my neck tomorrow when I'm travelling. And I'm also going to wear a jumper when I'm travelling. It's cotton, so it's not too hot. So with the layers, that should be okay. I'm also wearing a coat. Let's see what I'm stuffing in the coat pockets. I'm taking my waterproof coat with me. Yeah, I know it's not particularly pretty, and yeah, going into restaurants of an evening, I might feel a bit, but it's all I can do. So I've got this coat and it's got some really big pockets. So what I've done is in the pockets, I've got some protein bars and sweets. And in the other pocket, I've got my water bottle, because I was a bit concerned that I wouldn't have space for my water bottle, but my empty water bottle is in this pocket. And so if I'm out and about in Poland with just my money belt on, I know that my water bottle will fit in this pocket. And, you know, I can wear my coat just over my long sleeve t-shirt if I want, if it's warm. So I'll still have some storage for things. So I think, even though with Ryanair, on the basic fare, you've only got a really, really small rucksack, if you're going somewhere for 3 nights, I do think it's possible to pack efficiently so that you've got everything you need. Now, will it be enough? Next time you see me, I'm going to have done the trip and I'm going to come back and I'm going to tell you if that rucksack was adequate for the time. I'll tell you how much we paid for everything, And I'll tell you, if a bargain break for 3 nights is worth it in my opinion. The one thing I'm not going to be able to do is actually vlog this trip, because I decided that I just didn't want to take my camera equipment in the rucksack. Whilst it's not particularly big or bulky, it is one extra thing I'm going to have to sort of worry about while I'm there. And I don't know whether there's a safe in the room. You know, it's a real budget hotel we're staying in, so I'm not sure about that. But I will take some photographs, and I'll just show you very, very quickly the sort of things we're going to get up to. We're going to go on a walking tour of Krakow of an evening and see some sights there. Then we're going to the salt mine, which is a UNESCO heritage site. And then we're going to Wawel Castle in Krakow. Now, we'll also be walking around Krakow, seeing some sights, just, you know, taking in the architecture. I've had a look. It seems like it's an absolutely lovely, lovely place. And my 2 friends are Polish, so I'm going to get some inside knowledge on it. So that will be really good, going with, you know, people who can speak the language and know a little bit about the area. So I'm hoping, you know, we do have a great time. But join me now in 5 days' time, and I'll tell you how I managed with that luggage. Hello, I'm back, and I've had a wonderful time in Krakow. It's an amazing city. And if you want to know how much it's cost, I'll let you know now. So our hotel cost this much, our flights cost this much, and I spent about this much. So for 3 nights, it was a really, really good bargain break, and I definitely recommend it. Now, how about the airport and the bag situation? What happened there? So at Birmingham Airport, we joined the non-priority queue, and we were about 3/4 of the way down. At about the halfway point, they did start checking people's bags. About 5 people were asked to put their rucksacks in the container space. I didn't see anybody get charged any money. They managed to squish their bags down, and if they were travelling with people, other people sort of took things out of their bags to help them out and put them in theirs. So going out, we had no problem at all. Coming back, we were sitting at Krakow Airport, and we were sitting at a Ryanair flight going out to Amsterdam, I think it was. And we had a look at what was happening before we got on our own flight. And what we noticed was that the queue of non-priority people, they were letting them all through. But right at the end, about the last 6 or 7 people in the queue, they asked them to put their bags in the checking area, where you have to fit your bag into the box. Now, at this point, it had got final call, gate closing on the board, and a few of the people had really big bags. They were well over the size, and one lady, there was no way she was getting her bag in that hole that measures it, and I actually saw them charge her money. I presume it was €75, so she did have to pay, and she was at the end of the non-priority queue. So when we were ready to board our flight, we decided to queue really early. We were one of the first people to queue. We were about 6th in the queue for non-priority boarding. But what happened this time was the man right at the front of the queue in non-priority, he was asked to put his bag in the hole to check the size. So they actually checked the very first person this time. Now, we had no issues. They let us through. My friends were both carrying rucksacks that were slightly bigger than the size allowed. So they were a bit concerned, but we got through no problem. So, from my experience, what I would say is it seems like it's a bit of a gamble. It seems like they can check at any point, and you're probably going to be a bit unlucky if they check on you. So, yeah, you know what the sizes are. It says on the website what you can take. If you want to be totally sure, just make sure you take the right size. And all I would say is that prior to boarding, I could have paid an extra £22 on each leg of my flight to take a piece of luggage in the overhead containers that was up to 10 kilograms and was of bigger dimensions. So if you are a bit nervous about taking a smaller bag, perhaps that's a better option. As I say, it was £22 for my flight. It's always going to vary depending on what flight you take. So I hope my experience has helped you decide what you're going to do for your Ryanair flight, and whatever you do, just have a great time. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.